Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. So now we finished the first part of Ilmul Bayan, Tashbih. Now I haven't summarized it yet because a summary is very good when we do isti'ara. So I'll summarize the Ilmul Tashbih with Majaz isti'ara shortly. So let's introduce this science. Okay. So in Tashbih, what do we have? So think of this as a summary of Tashbih as well. We have two elements. So let's go to our basic example. Zaydun kal asadi fi shuja'ati. So we have two separate elements, distinctly clear and independent of each other, yeah? So for example, the basic tashbih we'll have is what? Zaydun kal asadi fi shuja'ati. Zayd is like a lion in his bravery. Correct? Yeah? And then here you have both elements mentioned, Zaydun asad. And then you can go on. So we move the word to shabah, it becomes what? Mujmal. And then we go Zaydun asadun. Why is this? This is still what? Tashbih. Because why? We still have what? Two elements. But what's missing? Only the harf of tashbih is missing. That's tashbih. So it becomes tashbih mu'akkad and it's baligh as well because the word shabah is also missing. But when you go to the next step and you say Ra'aytu asadan. Ra'aytu asadan yakhtubu. I saw a lion giving a lecture. And what's happened to Zayd? It's gone. Zayd no longer exists. This now at this level becomes what? Majaz. And called Majaz, but special type of Majaz called isti'ara. So up until here, this was tashbih.
Because there were two elements.
Two elements. Whether you make it, you don't have the harf tashbih or not, you have the wajh shabah not. As long as two elements exist separately, it's tashbih. When the elements merge together, then this now becomes what? Isti'ara. So behind the mushabbah bihi, mushabbah just vanishes behind the mushabbah. Now this becomes what? Majaz, but one type of Majaz called isti'ara. That makes sense? Yeah. And this is explain the text, okay? So, huwa al-lafz. What is Majaz? Majaz is al-lafz al-musta'mal fi ghayri ma wudhi'a lahu. One of the key words. Majaz is a word which is used in that meaning for which it has not been coined. So for example, the word asad has been coined to represent a particular type of animal. It has not been used to represent Zayd. So if you use the word asad to represent Zayd, this is now what? Majaz. Because you're using it in what? Fi ghayri ma wudhi'a lahu. In that meaning other than which has been made for. But you can't say, oh, I saw a photocopy on the member. Wow. So why say photocopy? How does photocopy? You must have some kind of resemblance, isn't it? You can't call a man a photocopy without any kind of. If for example you want to say, for example, he's got good memory. And that can be, it has to be ilaqa. Okay?
Has to be some quality.
Some kind of link. Yeah. While you went from the original meaning to the non-original meaning, from the haqiqah to the majaz. Okay? And what also? Ma'aqarinatin mani'atin. Ma'aqarinatin mani'ah. Some kind of context which stops or prevents the iradatil ma'na sabiq. Ma'na haqiqi, which prevents you from taking the literal meaning. I went to the safari park and I saw a lion. Yeah. Obviously you saw a lion. No, but because while the context is telling me, it's showing us that we mean the haqiqi meaning. But when he said the word yakhtubu, I saw a lion giving a lecture. You start thinking, hey, lions don't give lectures. What must it be? Something else. So that word yakhtub is preventing us from taking the literal meaning because that wouldn't make sense. Do you understand? Okay. For example, let's say for example you say, Fulanun yatakallamu bid-durar. Fulan yatakallamu bid-durar. Zayd is speaking pearls.
Okay. Yeah. He's not literally.
Exactly. If not, that'd be really rich. Just spit pearls out and you become. So you know it's not talking about pearls. What are you talking about?
He's talking about his advice.
His advice are what? Very. The words are very fasih, very eloquent, very beautiful. They like pearls. Okay. Okay. So kadura, like using. So example of majaz is what? Like the word durra. Durra is a plural of durratun. Durratun means what? Pearl. So like the word durra. Use is musta'mal, which is used in the meaning of kalimat al-fasiha. So if you use the word durratun, jama' durar, and you mean by it what? Eloquent words, then this is what majaz. In example, you say fulan takallam ad-durar. Why? فَإِنَّهَا مُسْتَعْمَلَةٌ. Because the word durar is being used fi ghayri ma wudhi'a lahu, in a meaning for which it has not been coined for. The word durar has not been used for words, it has been used for a pearl. But now we're using it in words. Why? لِإِلَاقَةٍ. Why? إذ قد وضعت في الأصل للآلي الحقيقية. Since it has been coined, في وضعت has been coined in the original form for pearls, real pearls. ثم نقلت, then it has been taken to كلمات الفصيحة, has been moved over and it can be used for what? Eloquent words. لإلاقة المشابهة بينهما في الحسن, because of the link of mushabah, they both resemble each other. One, both in what do they resemble each other in? في الحسن, the way they're beautiful and attractive. So the same way pearls draw you towards them, they're very attractive. Similarly, eloquent words and eloquent speech draws you towards it. You understand? Okay. Now we also have, so if you have like here 3 elements, غير ما وضع له علاقة or علاقة, and number 3 is what? قرينة مانعة. So in here is an example. So غير ما وضع له is a durar. What's the علاقة? I say علاقة, but it's not علاقة. What is it? علاقة. علاقة is what? مشابهة. And what's the مانع? What's stopping us from taking the literal meaning? والذي يمنع من إيراد المعنى الحقيقي قرينة يتكلم. When he says يتكلم, that shows that it can't be pearls here. If you say he's selling pearls, then that could be literal. Do you understand? But it's also important to remember that the qarina can be 2 types, lafziyya and haliyya. Lafziyya means actually the words show. Like example, فلان يتكلم بالدرر. So when he says يتكلم shows that he's not talking about pearls, he has to be talking about something else. Or let's say for example, he's not got any, we're not saying, he's saying هذا درر, هذه درر. But where are we? In a lecture looking at a speaker. So that hal, that condition is telling us that we're not talking about what here? Pearls, we're talking about what? Eloquent words.
These are pearls.
Yeah. So the hali, the condition or the state can also tell us that we don't really mean literal meaning here. So in a paragraph or a statement, there might be actual words which show us that what literal meaning is not implied.
So like you'd say these are selling like hotcakes. These are selling hotcakes.
Yeah, if we say these are hotcakes, now the word these are hotcakes, there's nothing in there telling us it's not literal meaning. But when we're in a shop with shoes and there's no cakes around, the hal, that condition shows that we're not talking about cakes, we're talking about shoes are like hotcakes. Do you understand?
Because if it's in like.
No, if you say these are hotcakes, now the word these are hotcakes or this is a hot cake can be literal. There's nothing preventing us taking literal meaning. So we have to say these are hot cakes. Maybe in our actual real, not in the book, the textbook, but in our real life scenario, we understand that look, it's not haqiqah, it's majaz.
But in hot cake, this.
That's we call it. That's tashbih. But you get the concept. Yeah. We're talking about haliyya, the hal preventing the literal meaning. Okay, right. Now, what he's saying here now, that's one type of majaz. Majaz, if you look at majaz, 2 types. One is where the ilaqa is mushabaha. What's the ilaqa? Mushabaha. Meaning the reason we move from durar to kalimat, how did we use durar and pearls in the meaning of eloquent words? Because they both resemble each other. Yeah. But sometimes we can use a word in another meaning, not because of resemblance, but instead because of what? Because of what? Because of another element. For example, let me explain first. يَجْعَلُونَ أَصَابِعَهُمْ, they place their fingers in their ears. What's a finger? This is a finger. This will never fit in your ears. You place your tip. But you use the word asabi', which has been coined for this whole part. And what do we refer to? We use it for tip. What's the link between the two of them? They not resemble each other. The link is that one is a part, one is the entirety. So this is a link between it. We are using the word finger in a context which is not referred to, which is not meant for. Finger doesn't mean tip. But because the tip is a part of the kul, part of the whole finger, we can use the word finger to refer to tip. But this is called majaz, not majaz isti'ara, it's called majaz mursal. And what majaz mursal mean? That the link between the original meaning and the non-original meaning is what? Not a mushabah, but another element. Okay? So for example, like asabi, like the word asabi, which is used in the meaning of anamil, meaning tips. Like in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ayah, يَجْعَلُونَ أَصَابِهِمْ فِي آذَانِهِمْ فَإِنَّهَا مُسْتَعْمَلَةٌ. The word asabi is being used في غير ما وضع له, in a meaning for which has not been coined for. Why? لعلاقة, not علاقة تشبيه, but لعلاقة أن الأنملة, because the tips are part of the finger. So the relationship of part and whole is why we have used the word isba in the meaning of unmul. فاستعمل الكل, the word which resembles everything, which is usbu', has been used in place of juz, which is unmula. وقرينة ذلك, what's the قرينة? أقل. Because you can't fit the whole finger in your ears. وقرينة ذلك أنه لا يمكن جعل الأصابع, the قرينة of this is that it's not possible to place the entire finger in the ears. Okay? So والمجاز, so the majaz, if the ilaqa إن كانت علاقته المشابهة, if the ilaqa and the link between the bridge between the two of them is mushabaha, okay, between المعنى المجازي والمعنى الحقيقي, كما في المثال الأول, like for example فلان يتكلم بالدرر, so in that example it's called what? استعارة. وإلا otherwise it's called فمجاز, وإلا يسمى مجاز مرسل كما في مثال ثاني. Okay, now look at this. We got the word durar. Okay, what does durar mean? So we want to use the word durar not in the meaning of pearls, but in the meaning of what? Eloquent words. So the ma wudi'a lahu, the word durar has been used for pearls. Correct? So this has been coined for this item. But we want to use it for this. But this has not been coined for this. The word durar has not been coined for words. So what's a bridge that allows us to get to use durar to kalimat fasiha? What's the bridge? The mushabaha, the resemblance. That this is what? Hasan. Beautiful. Attractive. This mushabaha allows us to now use durar to mean this. So this is called what? What's this called? This will be called what? Isti'ara. Because the bridge is what? Mushabaha. Okay? So we call this what? Isti'ara. Majaz, isti'ara. Okay? And if for example you have the word yad, or for example usbu, an example, yad. Okay? And we mean yad means favor.
Yeah.
Or let's use that original one that was in the book. We have what? Usbu', and we want to refer to unmula. Right? How do we use the word usbu' in the meaning of unmula? What's the bridge? The bridge is what? Not mushabaha. So we call this what? Majazun mursalun. So you have majaz isti'ara when the element is tashbih, and you have majaz mursal when the element is what? Not tashbih. You understand?
Okay.
Does that make sense? So two types of majaz. Majaz isti'ara. You don't call it majaz isti'ara, you call it isti'ara. And then you call it majaz al-mursal. You understand?
So can majaz? So majaz has two sections, and then isti'ara has more.
And isti'ara is basically an extension of tashbih. And mursal is when it's something else altogether.
So you can break that down, mursal, a bit more.
Different types. We'll discuss that. For example, juz and kul, ala, sababiyya, musabbab. All of these we'll discuss later on.
And then what about isti'ara?
They have different types as well. Musarraha, makniya, murashaha, mujarrada, mutlaqa.
I get it.
You understand?
Yeah.
You following? سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك.